Shoot, I mean, there's a lot going on right now, and it's okay to just need to take a breath. 24 hours ago, my wife served me divorce papers. 20 hours ago, she rescinded them. For the last 5 years, I've been making money for my family by setting up a tripod in public places like Target or Walmart or the car wash and pretending to go about my daily tasks. So, like, I'll set up a tripod in the middle of a aisle at Target, and I'll be pretending to be looking for diapers for my kids, or I'll be pretending to shop for toothpaste for my wife. Day in the life content. I'd wake up, I'd do that. Then I'd come home and I'd live stream on TikTok, and I would do those TikTok battles and beg people to give me more money than the person I was streaming next to. My father taught me at a young age kind of how to be a hustler, kind of how to work hard. He worked on a farm for 65 years and made money farming crops. And so I've kind of followed in his footsteps. Me and my family live in a studio apartment in New York. I, I work with my hands all day long, typing away on the keyboard, replying to comments and all that stuff. So TikTok has really been my livelihood for the last 5 years, and since starting my job at TikTok, I've been privileged to. I went full time on TikTok in 2020. Since then, I've been married, and have been able to have 6 beautiful children. My wife spends more time pregnant than not pregnant. She hates me, but she loves me. And so there had been rumors for a while that TikTok was going to be banned. And anytime I'd bring up the discussion of me being unemployed, she wouldn't want to hear it. She wouldn't want to. She wouldn't want. I'd be like, "Hey, babe, like 2 months from now, I don't know where our income's gonna come from." And she's like, "I don't care. Like, you're gonna have to figure that out. I don't want to hear it. Okay, put in the work, all right, little boy." She kind of likes to demean me in some way. She likes to call me things like little boy and skinny douche, and she likes to call me small butt Brian. Her first husband's name was Brian, and so I think that just a way to kind of psychologically mess with me a little bit is to call me Brian, but like not Brian, because he was kind of like a big dude. He was a farmer. He actually took over my dad's farm. Brian did. I sold it to him because I didn't want to have to deal with the cow manure and stuff, so I sold him the farm. He's a big burly guy, so calling me small butt Brian is kind of like he's got a big butt. The real Brian does, not small. I'm small butt Brian. I'm not. I shouldn't be. Whatever. A month ago, I was like, "Babe, like, there's a good chance TikTok gets banned." She's like, "I don't want to hear it." 2 weeks ago, "Babe, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Figure it out." And then yesterday, hours countdown. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I've made 100 videos in the last 2 days just trying to crank out content, trying to get some funding on that creator fund, and I made $40 in the last week, right? Which is more I've ever made, which is more than I've made in any other month. I mean, that's how much content I've been cranking out. And my wife works full time at like what do you call the place where like people are bleeding and dying? Oh, the hospital. Yeah, she's like something with like the brain, and like she does like surgery on brains or something stupid. And she gets back from working there. All the kids are up running around. I didn't put them to bed because I was too busy stressing out about this. And I'm like, "Babe, like TikTok just got banned." And she said, "I know." And that's when she gave me the papers. And she did this whistle thing. She's like, it's like a I can't whistle, but that's kind of what it sounded like. And all of a sudden, the 6 kids were lined up next to her with backpacks on. The youngest one is a year and a half, and he had a second backpack. He handed it to her, and she put it on, and she did another, and she turned around, and all 6 of the kids, like in unison, did a 180 and walked out the door single file line, and she went out last. And that was a mess, man. I was crying for hours. Not even because of her, but just because of TikTok. I was crying before she even got there. I actually didn't cry too much once she had left. I was kind of getting pretty tired. It's just one of those things where, man, I haven't been through that much in my life. I haven't experienced a whole lot of loss. I lost my parents. They got ran over by a semi-truck brutally and unexpectedly last week. But besides that, it hasn't been much. My grandparents got ran over by a semi-truck a couple days ago as well, violently and brutally right outside our door. It was blood and body part. It was just a mess on the sidewalk and the pavement. But I haven't been through that much. So the loss of TikTok was the hardest thing I've ever been through. What else am I supposed to do while I'm laying in bed in the morning and at night? What else am I supposed to do on a dinner date with my wife? What is there to do? Sit in the moment? If God wanted us to live in the moment, he wouldn't have let us create telephones. That's just a fact. So I go to bed, and I wake up, and my wife's there. I walk out the room, and all 6 of the kids are sleeping. It's a studio apartment, so I guess they're not. I look over the bed, and all 6 of the kids are fast asleep in their little sleeping bags. Well, they're not sleeping bags, and they're little. It's like an air mattress, but it's deflated. So they're all sleeping on a deflated air mattress, and they wake up. Or they're not waking up; they're all sleeping, and it's like, was that a dream? Like I thought they left me. There's a trash can next to my bed. The divorce papers are ripped up, and I go and check my phone. I open up the TikTok app, and it's working. And it's working. the TikTok app was working again. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. He giveth and he taketh away, doth saith the Lord. And I really feel like yesterday was a test of my strength, of my manliness, of my willpower. What's it like when things get hard? Well, when things get hard, I get harder. That's what I've learned.